The Miami Dolphins have won 3 straight games and 4 of 5. They beat the San Diego Chargers 37-0 last week. They're really the talk of the league right now. Nobody knows just how good this Miami team is. Big test this week, though. They go on the road to face the Detroit Lions. Detroit, a 2.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 43.5 the total in this game. The Lions have played well themselves this season. They've won 3 straight games and 5 of their past 6. They're coming off a bye, playing at home, so they're favored for a reason. The Lions have been getting it done on defense. Well, both of these teams have, really. These might be the 2 best defenses in the entire NFL. Detroit leads the league in both yards allowed and points allowed. They're surrendering just 15.8 points per game. Miami, meanwhile, ranks 3rd in both yards allowed and points allowed, and they lead the NFL in yards per play allowed. So 2 great defenses here. We do see a relatively low total, 43.5. Now, the Miami offense really has it rolling over these past 3 or 4 weeks. We mentioned they hung 37 points on the San Diego Chargers last week. However, the Dolphins have faced a lot of substandard defenses over the past month. Teams like Oakland, Chicago, Green Bay, Jacksonville. Not exactly a murderer's row of defenses. The last time the Dolphins faced really good defenses might be back in week 2 and 3 when they faced Buffalo and Kansas City in consecutive weeks. They were held to 25 combined points in those 2 games, both losses. So to me, that's the real question here. Is this Miami offense for real? Are they going to be able to move the football and have real success against the Detroit defense that, no question, is one of the best in the NFL? The Lions rank in the top 5 against both the run and the pass, but they're especially good up front. They're especially good against the run, and that's where the Dolphins hang their hat, the running game. The Dolphins 4th in the NFL in rush yards per game, so it will be strength versus strength. Be very interesting to see if that read option run game the Dolphins really have rolled in these past few weeks is going to work against this great Lions defense. Now, if it does work, if the Dolphins have any success moving the ball here, I like their chances of winning this game because I do think their defense is going to be able to slow down this Detroit offense that, let's face it, has not been very good this season. The Lions 20th in total offense, 24th in points scored, and they are very one-dimensional. They just cannot run the football at all. 31st in rushing offense this season. Now, they will be getting their best offensive player back. Calvin Johnson, probably the best wide receiver in the NFL, will be back this week after missing the last several games with an ankle injury. That will help the offense, no doubt about it. But this Miami secondary is so good. The Dolphins 2nd in the NFL in passing defense, surrendering just a hair over 200 yards per game. So this Detroit offense, which as we mentioned is very one-dimensional, they will be playing right into the hands of the Dolphins and that great secondary. So as I said, I think the Miami defense is going to have a whole lot of success slowing down this Detroit offense. And I have a lean towards the Dolphins here. Now, I realize that this could be, some people might view this as a good sell-high time for the Dolphins. No doubt, after last week's 37-0 win, a lot of people are looking to get in on the Dolphins right now, especially considering they are underdogs this week. And Detroit is a good team coming off a bye. But I've been very underwhelmed by the Detroit offense this season, and Miami's playing so well right now on the defensive side of the ball, so well on both sides of the ball. The Dolphins top 10 in both points scored and points allowed. And even though I don't think they're going to have quite the same type of success on offense that they've had over the past 3 or 4 weeks, I do think they're going to be able to move it enough to put enough points up on the board to beat the Lions in Detroit. So I like Miami here. Dolphins plus 2.5, my recommendation.